Fire Amanda Anisimova, the Dragon Queen of Beijing. Dragon crown unstoppable champion at China Open 2025. Beijing had never seen anything quite like this. On the night of October 5th, 2025, the sky above the National Tennis Center glowed crimson. Fireworks screamed to the autumn air as thousands of fans chanted one name, Amanda, 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 in that electric moment. As the lights pulsed across her face, Amanda Anisimova lifted her hands toward the sky. Her eyes shimmered, not from tears, but from disbelief and pride. She had done it. After years of setbacks, mental battles, and countless questions about her future, Amanda Anisimova had risen again, not just as a champion, but as something far greater. She had become the Dragon Queen of Beijing. The China Open wasn't just another title. It was redemption, the final act in a long, winding story that had once seemed destined for tragedy. Few knew how far she'd fallen before she began her climb back. The years of silence. In 2023, Amanda Anisimova took a step few athletes dare to take. She walked away from the sport that had defined her entire life. "I just needed to breathe," she told reporters later. Tennis stopped feeling like love. It started feeling like survival. Those words echoed around the tennis world, a confession raw and human. The pressure, the expectations, the loneliness, it had all caught up. At just 21, she carried not only her talent, but the weight of everyone's dreams. During that year of silence, Amanda retreated from the spotlight. No endorsements, no interviews, no tournaments. She found solace in small things. Sketching, reading, hiking in Colorado. Slowly, the world moved on. New stars emerged. Coco Gauff became a Grand Slam champion. Iga Swiatek continued her dominance. Emma Raducanu made a quiet comeback. And somewhere beneath all that noise, Amanda Anisimova's name faded from daily conversation. But legends are never gone, only dormant. The return of fire. In 2024, when she announced her return, few believed she could reclaim her old form. Her ranking had plummeted. Her rhythm was gone. But the spark, that quiet, dangerous fire, was still there. She started small, grinding through qualifiers and smaller tournaments. The results were uneven, but her movement was sharper, her gaze more focused. The emotional fragility that once haunted her seemed to have transformed into something else. Steel. "I don't play for approval anymore," she said in an interview before the 2025 season. "I play for peace." And peace, it turned out, was her secret weapon. The road to Beijing. The 2025 China Open began with no one naming Amanda as a favorite. The spotlight belonged to the big three: Coco Gauff, Iga Swiatek, and Aryna Sabalenka. But Amanda didn't mind. She thrived in the shadows. Her first-round match was quiet but commanding. A straight-sets victory over Japan's Naomi Osaka, who was still searching for rhythm in her own return. By the second round, Amanda's form sharpened. Her backhand, that fluid, lethal stroke, became the talk of the tournament. Commentators began whispering, "Anisimova's timing is back." Then came the third round, a rematch with Ons Jabeur. It was brutal, emotional tennis at its finest. Drop shots, power shots, and long rallies that drew gas from the Beijing crowd. In a decisive tiebreak, Amanda hit 3 consecutive winners, each one struck with conviction and calm. She roared when she sealed the win. The dragon had awakened. The semifinal storm. By the semifinals, Amanda had already captured headlines. She was no longer the comeback story. She was a contender. Her opponent? World number 2 Coco Gauff, the reigning U.S. Open champion and global phenomenon. The matchup was magnetic. 2 American stars, 2 contrasting personalities. Gauff's composed, analytical fire against Anisimova's raw, untamed emotion. The first set was tight, filled with grit and artistry. Gauff took it 7-5 after a 12-minute game that left both players gasping. But Anisimova didn't flinch. She smiled, that knowing, dangerous smile, and raised her intensity. The second set flipped the script. Amanda's power overwhelmed Coco. Her backhand screamed across the baseline. Her serve cracked like thunder. 6-2. Then came the decider. It was chaos and beauty combined. Coco saved 3 match points with incredible defense. The crowd roared for every point. And then at 5-4, Amanda unleashed a forehand. So pure it seemed to slice the air in half. Winner. She dropped her racket. The crowd erupted. Anisimova was going to the China Open final. The Dragon Queen awakens. The final drew a sold-out crowd. Her opponent, the Czech powerhouse Anisimova, fearless, aggressive, and in red-hot form after stunning IJA Swiatek in the semifinals. The tension was cinematic. Beijing's night sky glowed with the city's endless energy. Chinese drums echoed through the arena as players entered the court. From the first point, Amanda's body language was different. Calm, royal, poised. She moved with the confidence of a queen who already knew her destiny. Noskova tried to attack early, but Amanda absorbed everything, turning defense into art. Her forehand painted lines. Her slices dipped just over the net, and her court coverage was near supernatural. 6-3, 6-2. The final score told the story of domination, but it couldn't capture the aura. The energy inside the stadium was almost spiritual, like witnessing rebirth in real time. When Amanda fell to her knees, hands covering her face, the crowd began chanting again. Long live the Dragon Queen. The roar heard around the world. Social media exploded. Within minutes, #Dragon Queen was trending worldwide. Fans shared slow-motion clips of her forehand winners, her emotional celebration, her humble bow toward the Chinese crowd. ESPN's headline read, "From breakdown to breakthrough, Amanda Anisimova's fiery reign in Beijing." Tennis Channel's panel went speechless watching her post-match speech. "I didn't come here to prove anyone wrong," Amanda said softly. "I came to prove myself right, that I still belong, that I can still love this game." Her words struck a chord. Athletes from every sport, from Naomi Osaka to Simone Biles, reposted her quote with messages of admiration, because this victory wasn't just about tennis. It was about resilience, the fire that never dies. Every sport has its mythical moments. Federer's tears in Melbourne, Serena's roar in New York, Nadal's kneel at Roland Garros. In 2025, that moment belonged to Amanda Anisimova in Beijing. It wasn't about dominance. It was about destiny. When she walked off that court, with the crowd chanting her name and the dragon banners waving in the night sky, she carried something eternal. Proof that the human spirit can break, burn, and rise again, brighter than before. The final words. As night fell on Beijing, the stadium lights dimmed. Workers began clearing the stands, the echo of cheers still hanging in the air. On the big screen, the final highlight reel played one last time, Amanda's fierce forehands, her triumphant smile, and the words that would define her forever. The Dragon Queen of Beijing, born from fire. Outside the arena, a young girl in a red jacket clutched a tennis racket and whispered to her father, "One day, I'll play like her." And somewhere miles away, Amanda Anisimova, the once-lost prodigy who found herself in the heart of China, smiled at the thought. The fire was still burning. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.